Red 2 standing by, all for Liz, and in the green, welcome back to Mario Party, where I'm actually trying to take on the Potter skills today. It's also worth trying out those bumper ball mazes I got at the end of Minigame Island. So we can play minigames. So one player controlled characters, let's be Yoshi. Let's put them there. Just set them to normal. Okay, you can actually set the number of games you play. That's interesting. Player's choice. Okay, 4-player games. You haven't bought this mini... Oh, wait a minute. That's weird. So, yeah, since we haven't bought them, we can actually pay 10 coins a time to rent the minigame. 1-player games. Bumper Ball Maze 1 and 2. There must be a third one. Okay, Bumper Ball Maze 1. Let's give it a try. Ride the ball all the way to the goal line, push the control stick slowly to move carefully along the path. This looks interesting.
Ready? Go!
Oh boy. Whoops.
Miss.
That ledge gravity's pretty fierce.
Draw.
That was weird. I mean, I just... Look, I just want to play the bumper ball mazes. This is actually really fiddly. It's not... Just press start. There we go. So I now get to try Bumper Ball Maze 1. This is really weird. It's not just free play. You actually set up little minigame courses. Alright, so let's move a little slower this time. At least I don't have to tilt the controls to tilt the actual thing or anything like that. Don't have to wind up tilting the Switch because I hate... Like, I'm not keen on motion controls, but I hate gyro... Ah!
Miss.
I hate gyro controls even more. Okay, yada yada. Right, come on. I'd like to actually finish this, please.
Ready?
But yeah, I hate gyro controls. They wind up being so fiddly. I absolutely hated doing all the gyro control shrines in Breath of the Wild because I frequently had to turn my arms into something out of a contortionist act, taking all sorts of unusual positions just to get things to cooperate, and they usually didn't. It was terrible. Motion controls can be annoying enough. Gyro controls are definitely horrible, and I don't advocate for them. I mean, it's like, at the very least, make it a little more precise. That's pretty much all I want. Precision in my control. Oh god. Like, this is probably geared for the Nintendo 64's control stick, not the Switch's. Because I don't care if I don't beat the record, I just want to get through this. What? Alright, well, I'm counting that as completed because... Well, I would have made it. That's not... Oh, that's not fair. Hang on a moment.
Ready? Go!
Alright, that should have been a run in a straight line, but nope, ledge gravity. Finicky ledge gravity. How do I quit out of these? Let's try the second maze because I've been screwed out of it twice. We've basically completed it. Let's move on to the next one. These things are annoying. Wait, do I have to keep doing these all over again? I can't quit out of it. Damn it!
Miss. Ready? Go! New record!
Okay, that one's done. Now I can drive off the edge. $23 coins, huh? Okay. Alright, time to drive myself to my doom and then we can find out what the next one is.
Ready? Go! Miss.
At least that must be a very, very heavy ball if it just sinks. It was sinking for ages. Okay, so let's just get this out of the way and then we can try whatever the other bumper ball maze is. How do I unlock that anyway?
Ready? Go! Miss. Hashi wins.
Alright, let's try this one. This one could be a bit more fiddly. I bet I only get a minute to go through this one. There's a third bumper ball maze, but I don't know how to...
Ready? Go!
But I'm not sure how I'm going to get that one. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go this way because I think to...
Miss.
Ledge gravity. I don't think these handle very well.
Ready? Go! Miss.
Yeah, it actually wobbles around a little bit. It actually noticeably wobbles around a little bit and still does maintain a measure of momentum. Which, okay, we're dealing with realistic physics. On top of that, I'm not very good at bumper ball, but that's kind of a problem I have.
Ready? Go!
I've talked about it sometimes before, but one of my big issues is the way physics works in Mario games. Because obviously there are many moments where you'll get... the game's physics won't be particularly realistic. Like the way you can sort of jump in a half moon to wind up getting up to a block that's above your head. You can jump forward and then suddenly move backwards. That's not realistic. It's an acceptable break from reality, but it's really not realistic. But then you'll wind up with just enough sort of inertia and momentum to screw yourself over by rocketing over the edge of a platform. You'll hit the platform, you'll keep moving, and you'll fall off. That sort of stuff drives me nuts. Oh, and I also hate things like this where it's like, please go slowly and carefully, but also we're punishing you if you do go slowly and carefully.
New record!
I mean, we made it. Maybe that's the solution. I need to start ranting. But yeah, I've always found that sort of mix of like... Okay, so we get 2 coins for breaking the minigame. For breaking the record. Thankfully, I only did this 5 times. This one wasn't too bad. We can just sort of... What happens if I try and land on those mushrooms? Nothing really. But yeah, the fact that the physics varies depending on the situation is sort of annoying for me. I've never quite been able to figure out, because there have been so many times where I've stuck a jump and tried to realize, okay, I'm too close to the edge, tried to push the control stick the other way, only for momentum to still carry me off the edge anyway, and it's always bothered me. Because it's like, okay, the game has very unrealistic physics that at least make it easy to play in a number of other locations. Why do you have to have... Huh, that's odd. Now there's no full stop there. Now there's one more one-player game. It's another bumper ball maze, isn't it? That's how we get it. Alright, well, let's get this out of the way, and then we can go to the pot of skills. Ooh. This looks pretty tricky. No shortcuts. Yeah, I really, really don't like it when it's like, go slowly and carefully and actually take your time, but also will punish you if you take your time. Like this, it's like, you have to complete... It's like, the record is a minute. It's probably a very good idea to go slowly and carefully, but will also punish you if you take more than a minute. That was really, really stupid, finding out that it's like, okay, I can't actually take it slowly, and if I do take a minute, that's it. Like this bit, oh, this is like, this is hairy. Like, this is... Like, the physics on these things are so wonky. I mean, it's probably realistic given that I'm running... I thought I was going to fall off, then somehow I didn't. The one time it doesn't actually fall off. And then I panic and realize I'm about to fall off anyway. Self-fulfilling prophecy. But yeah, you see what I mean? The physics on these things are so weird. Bumper Balls is a terrible minigame in the first place, because it's either you do something stupid or you really have to wait for the AI to screw up. In all fairness, I actually think the AI is a lot dumber in Minigame Island, because they will survive pretty much everything on hard, but Luigi sort of ran off the edge, and that was how I won. I did sort of have to force my way through a few minigames. I'm so mad at Skateboard Scamper still. It's one of the worst minigames in this. Like, just in terms of Crane Game is terrible as well. I'm doing worse on time. Ooh. Alright, can I... No, I cannot.
Yes.
I wonder what it would be like with a Nintendo 64 controller. I know I've complained about that a lot. But that was the thing about the Nintendo 64 controller. It wasn't quite as responsive compared to the newer controllers. Because I do think that's the thing. The fact that these newer controllers do pick up a lot more range of movement has actually created a bugbear for me on a few occasions. Like, it was one of the problems I had with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I would try and do... Whenever I was trying to recover, I'd input a command for my recovery move, then try to move towards the stage. Almost invariably, the game would interpret this, because I moved so quickly, as me doing my side special move instead of my recovery special. And I would inevitably wind up losing a stock, because the game made me do the wrong move. I don't know if I moved too quickly, or it's just really finicky, or whatever. Please. There we go. So yeah, obviously ranting is my success skill at this. But yeah, I just hated the finicky controls in Ultimate. They didn't feel fun. The fact that they could respond to everything, compared to some of the older controllers where it's like, you very clearly input up B and then you move to the side. Whereas if you do it too quickly on these, it's you input side B instead of up B. I don't know how it happened, but it was a right royal pain in the backside. Just one of the reasons I didn't like that game, in all fairness. So we've at least completed all the bumper ball mazes. I've got a point of pride. Hopefully it doesn't kick you out if you get too close to the record, or maybe it is just you have to beat it in a minute or less. So there we go.
Yoshi wins.
And we get that unusual. Unusual as in it's not usually heard. Alright, let's exit out of this and let's go to the pot of skills. I can't believe we didn't get any coins for that. Come on. The minigame stadium is where you test your skills at minigames. Be prepared to do your best. What if I don't want to do my best? Before going to the stadium, you must choose some settings. Yada yada, this is like the warp pipe. I'll be Luigi this time. We'll put Mario, DK, and Wario in there. No, we'll put them on hard again. Okay, 20 turns. So, let's see what this is like. I have absolutely no idea. Wow. Welcome to Minigame Stadium. I am your guide, Koopa Trooper. This is where you test your minigame skills and competition. There are no stars here. Winners and losers are decided only by the number of coins won. Even if you stop on a blue space, you won't get any coins, but I still give a bonus. So everybody, give it your all. Now let's decide turn order. Great, I'm last again. That doesn't seem too much out of the ordinary. Who will be the best at minigames? Okay, so there's no save settings. We've got minigame settings, message settings. So we can't make them move any faster. Just have to win minigames. And watch everybody move slowly around the board. Oh. Well, this could be a problem. Alright, it's a basic star-shaped board, okay, with statues of our characters. Hooray, pipe maze! Well, it's there. Pipe maze is there. It tries. It really, really tries. I don't think that's coming to me. Okay, so it's coming across this way. Yeah, Wario was the one person, and yep, the AI usually knows. So it's pretty much a free 10 coins for the AI, whereas it's a free 10 coins for someone. That's neat. It's a free 10 coins for someone if you wind up being the human player. Mario and DK still sticking side by side. Man, a turn of terrible rolls. That's a surprise. Oh well. What terrible game is this going to be? I have still only been the one person in the coin shower flower once, and that was in Minigame Island.
Star.
Oh well, knock those two over. And yes, like regular minigames, you'll be able to steal from other people. So this is really just a glorified minigame mode, isn't it? That's not too bad. It's still at least worth seeing. Though in all fairness, I could probably speed it up because I don't think there's anything more I can say. I suppose it's a good opportunity to give my thoughts on the project. Oh, we've got one-player minigames as well. Another 7. No hidden blocks either. But yeah, it's been an interesting project. Interesting is probably the fairest way I can put it. It's been frustrating at times. It's been immensely frustrating. I think I'll get the really bad things out of the way. Because this has at times been absolutely terrible. There are some really, really awful mini-games in this. There are some genuinely bad games that are just horrible to play. Massive rubber banding from those two. There are so many poorly designed games, it's really not funny. Some of them are relatively easy to play, which is nice. What's Mario gonna get? Ground pound, we can skip this. I'll go get a drink. Yeah, let's be honest, there are so many poorly thought out ideas. The one-player minigames are nice, but they're also super unbalanced. They slow down the pace of the game incredibly. It can be really frustrating dealing with them. And it all depends on what you wind up getting when it comes to them. Some of them are really, really good. Some of them are just really tough. It all depends. Again, it's that kind of luck factor. I don't mind the one-person minigames, but the big problem is that they do slow everything down so much. That's probably the biggest issue with them. The terrible, terrible pacing. They really, really aren't paced that well. That was a terrible job. And I still got 88 points for that. It's usually better if you go slightly outside the lines rather than slightly inside. Yeah, one-player games, not a bad idea. Not great, but not horrible. Oh, very nice. What turn are we on for these? We'll just keep this as the one episode. Honestly, as I said, not a bad idea, but really could have been implemented a bit better. Then, most of the 1 versus 3 minigames are the absolute worst. All of the 2 versus 2 minigames involve coin stealing, which is really silly. And the fact that there are only 5 of those is a bit frustrating. But the 1 versus 3 minigames are easily the worst. Ooh. There are so many of those which are just hideously unbalanced one way or another, or just screw somebody over for the cardinal sin of playing the game that it really isn't worth it. They're just incredibly infuriating. Ah! Donkey Kong, I didn't think he was gonna get that! Alright, I gotta wait. Oh, come on, I should have had that one. Oh well, got a chest out of it. Come on, bring it in. The control stick rotating, also really bad idea. Again, should have had that, given some of the crap I've got away with. Oh, come off it! I'm not getting anything else now. Oh, Mario didn't get that one. So some of the controls can be really, really finicky, which just outright annoys me. Some of the controls, some of the reactions are a bit finicky, and it's just... yeah, there are some things that just don't quite click as far as like the actual controls and the way the minigames play winds up going. The rotating the control stick is terrible. The button mashing games are horrible. They are in so many ways genuinely awful. And yeah, there are definitely lots and lots of flat out terrible minigames that would generally improved in Mario Party 2 if they reappeared. Some of them, not so much. I've really got to concentrate on my timing here, just bear with me a bit.
Finish.
Well, I had the spotlight show up on me. Wait a minute, excuse me? There was a spotlight on me. Yeah, that's another thing that I can wind up calling out about this game. The oak level judging criteria on some of these mini games. They are dead set questionable. Some of the judging criteria on these, just flat out questionable. I've got to pay attention here. There we are, I've still done alright at that, apart from the one time I didn't pay attention, and their eyeballs are still really creepy. They're just sort of... they sit at the bottom and then they're just sort of there. It's so weird. But yeah, the finicky judging criteria on some of the mini-games, that really, really bothers me. Because I have absolutely no idea how to get the timing just right when you're actually playing an instrument on Mario Bandstand. Like, in Toad Bandstand, there is at least a measure of performance. And it's a lot more lenient on its judging criteria, too. This one's just so finicky in so many things that you just have no idea what result you're going to get. It's really, really bad. The judicious use of the brakes does actually help. Ah! There must have been a frame or two in that. That's brutal. That's rough. It's the first time I've lost that in the whole thing. That's rough. What? Turn 8. Mario's back to being the golden boy, I guess. That was really mean. Yeah, there are still some really, really good moments. Admittedly, the variety the variety in the boards is actually really good. Because you've got different ways to play the game. The different approaches to everything actually allows the game to, well, to be a bit fresher on some things. Right, now I have to really concentrate because the game has... In Minigame Island, the game actually displayed a tendency to roast my rump when I should have been clearing it. At least the second one, I definitely did land on the fiery rope. I'll concede that, but the first one, as I showed in the frame by frame, Peach and I landed at the exact same time, and yet the game let Peach survive and roasted my backside. Maybe it's because Wario's sort of as wide as he is tall? That's a good question to ask. What are the hitboxes of characters in Mario Party? But yeah, the variety in the boards, really, really good. I appreciate that. Because it gives you those different play styles, it means that a lot of things can happen. And while they do make for some frustrating experiences, it'd probably be a bit better with other human players. Like, you can get a lot done in this. You can try out all sorts of interesting new things. I really, really appreciate the way this plays out, because you get all those different options. It's got good variety. It only has about 50 mini-games, including the one-player games. So you're going to see a lot of the same mini-games turning up. That is kind of a problem. I mean, it does allow you to actually get good at them, because you will be seeing them a lot, but that lack of variety is kind of a big issue at the same time. Ooh. Wait a minute. Wario out of nowhere! Well, that's weird. I was really hoping to win that. I'm gonna need a crane game or a coin shower flower at this rate. This is the halfway point. Alright, if it's crane game, then he goes for Mario. Alright, what do we got? Good! Mario loses coins, but Wario gets heaps, which is a problem. I can actually sit back and not worry because this stupid game, this is easily one of the worst mini-games ever developed. Best case scenario, Mario loses coins. AI versus AI, yeah, now that's an interesting contest, but yeah, usually the AI is winning if they're the crane. Right, Mario's lost a lot of money. Wario's got a very, very big lead. Last 10 turns. Now we have to try and bring down Wario. I can't believe I lost a Handcar Havoc by a handful of by just a few frames. That's so frustrating. There have been quite a few situations where it's like, okay, this is the first time I've actually lost this minigame. Oh, one more and I would have been able to get a few more coins in. Oh, Balloon Burst. I'm not confident. I've lost my touch. Since losing it in Eternal Star, I've just been awful. Well, let's try. I just need to be a little bit quicker, I guess. I was behind and then I just powered back. I'm like, I'm not losing this. This has been my signature minigame for most of the time. I'm not losing this. That's restored a little bit of pride. I just have to be a little bit faster. Alright. Yeah, so, like, you can see that there were lots and lots of really good ideas in this. lots of good ideas, good concepts, and it is indeed a creative game. It's just that, well, there are so many things that are executed really badly. Nice, come on. What do we got? Memory match I should be okay at. So many things are just kind of executed terribly that they really needed to refine it. Like, Mario Party 2 has a proper item system, even if you can only hold one at a time. It's got some really memorable boards. It's got such good level ideas. Man. There's so much that goes right for Mario Party 2, especially compared to this, that it's just like, oh, that's the thing I've never encountered before. It's just like, why would you play this one at the same time? It's worth playing for to just sort of experience the chaos and carnage. I didn't realize they didn't actually flip over if you jumped off on them. That's odd. But yeah, it's worth playing this to experience the chaos, the carnage, the disasters, things like that. It's a genuinely fascinating game in its own ways. It's another pipe maze. Like, it is really interesting. But it's sort of become a curiosity factor because it's a very good demonstration of how games age. Like, it's not... Okay, in some circumstances, it is a really bad game. Some of the mini-games are just so questionable. But it does have its really strong points as well. It's got a much more creative flair to it. Yeah, no surprise, the AI always knows. The fact that it's got those varieties in the boards, the fact that almost anything can happen because most boards have so many chance time spaces. It's things like that which really make this a genuinely interesting game to play. I think it's definitely worth trying at least once, but then it's sort of... It's just, once that novelty factor wears off, and you go back to those other games, it's almost like, what's the point? Because so many other things do what this does, but better. There really isn't much point. And we're going to have to speed this up too, because we're going to get a draw. Okay, we're not going to get a draw. I kind of had to sacrifice myself so that Wario didn't win, which is okay. And this is turn 14. Alright, Mario's got a red space. I've been trying to make sure one of those two crumbs overtakes me so that I can try and get the big bonus from Koopa. Oh well, there's a terrible roll. It's everyone onto Mario. Piranha's pursued. We're all losing coins. Like, unless you screw up, it really is... Like, this is in its own way, a good example of the unbalanced minigames. It's just so hard to actually win this as the team of three. Unless the one player just really badly screws up, because the Piranha Plant spends half its time lagging behind the cloud. So it's like, is it actually getting rained on? There are lots and lots of questionable... Okay, we won. The questionable decisions in this game will mean that it is, unfortunately, only nostalgia that really keeps you hanging around. Which is pretty unfortunate. Like, it does a lot. It kickstarted a pretty good idea. And when those refinements came along, this became such a good game. Like, I don't think you'd find too many people who'd argue about Mario Party 2 being a great game. Many people consider it a peak of the series. Now, I do love 5. I did have a good project with 5. And I adore 6. I absolutely adore that one. But there was just something about the way the Nintendo 64 games worked. I suppose because the series was gradually evolving. It was finding its feet. I haven't stolen a coin bag yet, and it's getting really... Thank you. Man, the range on those punches. Oh, that is cruel, losing 2 coin bags at just right at the end. That was cruel after all that hard work I put in. DK lost a lot of coins, but man, I'd done so well out of that. And Mario just screws me over by not actually making it. Everyone's rolled badly. Have we all had 2s this turn? Alright, so I miss out on the 20 coin bonus. It's probably going to Mario. That's okay. But I'm getting back into the lead. Alright, time for questionable cosmetic surgery. Honestly, it has been a good project. I do think it's been a really good project overall. It's had some exciting moments. It's had some very stressful moments. But sort of the jankiness of the game has been pretty clearly displayed too. Okay, good. Because, like, the fact that I've had so many wins by chance time. The fact that I had so many occasions where it's like... The fact where I could just get screwed over. Where anyone could just get screwed over. And still come back and win in spectacular fashion. It makes it really interesting. But it's also just 99 nice. It's also incredibly annoying at the same time. Like, everything that went wrong for me in the last few turns of Peach's birthday cake. If any one of those little things doesn't happen... Oh, wait a minute. If any one of those little things didn't happen, then I won the board. It was so frustrating. Oh, it is only a 10 coin bonus. Damn it. Alright, what do we got? Just overshot that red space, which would have been nice to land on. Oh, tug-of-war. So yeah, there are so many janky little things that can go wrong, but that at the same time, assuming you're not trying to stab everyone, creates a really interesting atmosphere. It does actually lend a sense of tension to the whole thing. Ah, those guys were useless. Well done, you schlubs. You cost me coins. But Wario lost coins as well, so that's okay. It's, like, we've had a pretty good run of everything. There have been some great results, but yeah, it's just there are so many annoying little things that just mess with you. The same things that can make for a great game in one person's eyes will be frustration to no end in the eyes of others, and that is just how Mario Party goes. And, like, this is perhaps the perfect incarnation of the chaos and madness that can happen in Mario Party. I think in that sense, it's a really, really good thing. Alright, I want that big chest. How the hell did DK get that? I was first on the scene! And how did he survive? There is absolutely no way he should have been able to survive that. They are so lenient on hitting zero air. It's actually ridiculous. Mario, would you mind rotating the control stick and actually bringing me in? Damn it, I should have gone for the deeper one. The higher up ones only have 1 coin in them. Mario, I'm blaming that on you. I don't know how DK beat me to that. That was... I would love to see the frame data on that because I swear I got that. Oh, he's just missed the 1-player space. If I got that, that'd be really nice. Nope, not lucky enough. Coming down to the wire. This has been a good competition too. Oh, come on! This is my absolute... This and Crane Game are my absolute least favourite minigames. I have absolutely nothing nice to say about this one. It's a load of crap. So many times, like, you can actually pay attention to all the footage I showed, and you will see that it really doesn't matter where you are and where you... It doesn't matter how far behind you are, the AI can usually power back and win. Well, I gave it to Mario. Like, there were so many occasions where the AI that is behind going into the everybody snaps back to even at the end of it. And that AI who is behind everyone would win. It was so crap. Alright. This could be decisive. Oh, this could be big. If I win this minigame, I win the pot of skills. It's Bombskit Ball. Wait, we're blue. We're gonna have the ball, aren't we? So it depends... Right, it's the Mario Brothers. Bombskit Ball is a crap minigame as well. And Mario's got the ball. Alright, well I ran interference. I've won. I still think it's an absolutely terrible minigame. Because just through no fault of your own, you can suddenly wind up losing 10 coins. There's no real competition in it. And there we go. All the minigames have ended. Who is the winner? Our winner is... Luigi at the absolute last. Because of janky crap like that, which results in people having their coins stolen. So what happens now? Congratulations, Luigi. You are the winner. I get a trophy. It's not a bad trophy. And everybody looks at me like they're going to mug me and go through my pockets for change. You are a winner. You know, it's actually kind of disappointing that there's proper grammar involved in that.
Yoo-hoo!
And there we are. DK comes last. So, it gives us... We don't actually get to see any tallies, and we only wind up getting my coins. It's a good way to rack up coins fairly quickly, at least. But yeah, so we've sort of seen how that works. The Mecha Fly Guy. Let's at least give it a try.
Start.
Oof. So, how long is he going to fly for? Yeah, rotating the control stick, those minigames suck, especially with a biting... 45 times, and all it did was go for 6 seconds. That's a pretty crap toy. That was so... You mongrel. You have no idea how much... You little mongrel. You have no idea how much I've sacrificed in rotating the control stick. So, apart from buying all the mini-games to play in single player, and we've essentially seen what they do, that's pretty much it. That is the entirety of the first Mario Party. It's been a heck of an adventure. It's not a horrible game. It's got its flaws. It has plenty of flaws. But it's still a pretty good game in its own right. It's still pretty dependable, it's still very enjoyable, and it's still the chaos of Mario Party. It is perhaps the perfect distillation of the chaos of Mario Party. We've had so many chance times, we've had random events that can pop up out of nowhere. It's so luck-based, it's so ridiculous, it's so random. And despite the fact that it is very clearly unrefined and unpolished, and other games in the series would do things so much better than it, I can't help but think that this is actually still worthwhile. I do recommend that you should be playing other games in the series, but it's worth coming back to this one, just for the madness, just for the chaos, just for some absolute disasters. Because as the series has gone on, Mario Party has become a lot more friendly. You can see that in Superstars, things are a bit easier. That's fair enough. It's not quite as harsh on people. There are so many ways to get coins, it's not funny. The lucky spaces make things ridiculous. Items can be so cheap. And Super Mario Party was all about the power of teamwork. Heck, I think some of them actually had situations where if there was a tie on stars and coins, both players won rather than arbitrarily rolling a dice block. I don't mind that because it makes it accessible to players who might not be as good at the games, but at the same time, that's not Mario Party. Sort of friendliness, dare I say it, isn't Mario Party. This is. It's madness. It's chaos. It's frustration. It's wanting to beat the crap out of your friend because they stole your star with chance time. It's all that insanity and more. That's what I think Mario Party is. And I think this game perhaps captures the madness and the chaos so well. Other games are much more fun, they're much more balanced. But if you want chaos, if you want absolute madcap chaos, please, look no further than this game. Enjoy the jankiness, embrace it, and come back to it now and then to see where it all began. That winds things up for this mission. The next time you see me, I will be demonstrating exactly why I graduated from Stormtrooper School with honours. And I'll be sharing information about some of my favourite, one of my absolute favourite media franchises, the James Bond series. That's right, it's here, We're going for GoldenEye. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base. I suppose I should sign off properly. Till next time, look after yourself and be good to one another. I'll see you on the next mission.